Okay, so you're going to be doing your animation using Adobe After Effects. So you probably don't already have it installed in your machine. So when you get ready to start this project, you probably want to go ahead and go to this Creative Cloud icon and find After Effects in this list and just click install. You'll have to turn off Photoshop while it's installing, but that way when you get ready to animate it, which will be probably further on down the line, it'll already be there and you'll be able to just open it up and start to go. In After Effects, this is what it looks like when you first open up the program. If you already have some kind of illustration that you want to animate, you can just do new composition from footage and just choose your whatever that illustration is that you want to animate. If you don't have anything that you already have set that you really think is the right size or kind of laid out the way you want it, you'll just do like a new blank composition. Either one is okay. I've already kind of started something, so I'm going to use this new composition from footage. And then I'm going to try to remember where I saved the file that I have just made. Okay, so I'm going to pick up an Illustrator file, and I'm going to tell it to be a composition retaining the layers. If I choose footage, it's going to put this Illustrator file in as one layer, and won't be able to animate any of the individual layers separately. But if I do composition, then I'll be able to animate individual pieces of this separately, and I'll show you more. Just 1 second. Okay. So my composition shows up here. When I double click on it, this is what I created. You see that these are all of my Illustrator layers right here. And let's see what else I want to go over. Oh, well, this bar kind of looks like a bar that you might see in, I don't know, like YouTube. You know, the time bar, like where you are in the video. So this counts where you are in the video. Your animation is going to be very small. So yours won't probably say like 0 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Yours will probably be zoomed in to the point where you actually see like how the seconds will be broken into frames. So like 10 frames, 20 frames, 30 frames. Every second takes 30 frames. So in every second of video, there's 30 frames, and you'll probably be able to see the individual frame rate in yours because it'll be zoomed in because your video won't be so long. Mine's 30 seconds, so I can actually see the separate seconds. Animation in After Effects, the basics of animation all happen using these transform, this section right here, which is kind of like your layers panel, your editing panel, and adding keyframes using this stopwatch. So, and you only have to really do this once. So let's say I wanted to animate the size of any one of these circles. I tried to name them so they'd be easy to see. Let's see. Let's say circle number 1768. So this one right here. So if I add a keyframe to the scale right here, it kind of remembers what the size is right now. It adds this keyframe. If I go forward 1 second and now change the scale, when I kind of go forward and backwards, now it's animating. And if I go forward here, I can change the scale again to be a little bit bigger. And then maybe go back to being 100. So if it goes here, and now if I hit play, I can play it 2 ways. I can hit this play button right here, and it'll play the animation. Or I can hit my space bar on my keyboard, and it'll play the animation. So the basic animations are the scale, which is the size, the position, which is the location. So if I wanted, so I'm gonna do a position animation too. So I'm gonna start by adding a keyframe, and then I'll move it to some place. Oh, sorry. Then I'm going to go forward in time to where I want it to be and then I will move it to someplace after forward in time. And then I'll go forward in time again and move it again. So hit my space bar. Okay. You see these lines that kind of show the path it's going to go. I can take this tool. It's called Convert Vex tool in After Effects. It's called the Anchor Point tool in Illustrator, but it does the same thing. It just changes the path that your thing is following, kind of like you were doing it for a shape. So now if I played this, you'd see that it would follow that path. If I wanted something to spin, I did not pick a great thing to spin because circles aren't noticeable. But these have text. I'll use these. So if I want something to spin, let me choose number 748 to do that. So rotation, I'm going to go again back to beginning, and if I rotate it right now, it would spin around the middle because the anchor point right here is in the middle. I can use these sliders to move where the anchor point is so that when it spins around a different point. But that's not my favorite way to set the anchor point. My favorite way to set the anchor point is to use this right here. It's called the pan behind or anchor point tool, and then I just click and drag where I want the anchor point to be. So if I want it to spin around this point, I put that where the anchor point is, and now when it spins it spins it around that point. Those are the basics of animations. I haven't gone over opacity. It's probably pretty self-explanatory, but I lock it in, I go to where I want to be, and then I lower it to the opacity I want it to be, or I go to where I want it to go, or I raise the opacity to what I want it to be. And when I play it, it gets lighter or darker, depending on what kind of animation I did. See, we did anchor point, we did position, we did scale, rotation. If you want to get into more advanced, okay. So let's say this isn't very good right now, but let's say it was finished, and this is all I wanted it to do. I would then go to File and Export and hit Add to Render, Adobe Media Render Queue. It's going to open up a completely separate app called Media Encoder. Take a second because I've now opened it up before on this computer. So right now, it gives me several presets of how it's going to export it. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry. So these presets are kind of depending on if I just wanted the sound, I'd just do a waveform audio, and that would just render the sound to it. Some of these are still images. Some of these are just music. H.264 is really good for YouTube videos, but we're not going to be doing a YouTube video. We're going to be doing like an animated GIF like you see on, so I'm going to choose animated GIF. And then to pick where I want to, it goes to, I go to this output file and I click on it.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Sure. So after I click on the output file, it'll give me the option of picking anywhere that I've recently visited, any folder I've recently gone to. If I was like, well, I don't want to go to any folder, I want to go to someplace unique, I'll click this down arrow, and I can just go anywhere on my computer to pick where it goes.
Someone stole my chair.
I did. So I'll give it back to you in like 2 minutes.
Fine, I'll just use this.
Okay.
My chair got stolen, so what do? I steal another chair, obviously.
So once I'm ready for it to render, I hit this play button and I'm gonna watch it render down here. It's gonna go really fast once it goes past about 10 seconds because I didn't do anything after 10 seconds, so it should speed up how fast it renders. um, all right, so I can close these up and I'm gonna save this project. So this is my animated GIF that I created on my desktop. If I double click it, it opens up as in preview and it shows me like every single like slide, like frame of the animation, which is useless to me. What I'll want to do is drag it on top of Google Chrome or Safari or some other web app, and then it should, well, let me try that again. And then it will open up a window that is actually playing the animation. Well, I think it, oh, because my animation is so long and all has stuff in the beginning, I missed it. It opens up a window that's playing the animation. Okay. Questions?
I only have one.
Okay.
So like whenever I animated for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
we had to like separate it if it was like an illustration, not just like a thing. Do you have to do that for this too?
So like onto different layers?
Yeah, like completely isolate each thing.
What's that?
Drink.
Yes. Yeah, so go back to Adobe Illustrator. So anything in Adobe Illustrator when I'm making the original, like whatever, I've got to make sure everything that I think might be animated separately is on a different layer.
Okay.
If it's on the same layer, it'll have to be animated together. Like you saw how when I grabbed it, the numbers and the circles, they moved together. It's because they were on the same layer. Even if they were grouped together, they still wouldn't. Yeah, they've got to. If you want to move them separately, they can. Yeah, you have to have them on separate layers. There are a lot more animations than I have shown you. That is like the very, 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 very beginning of basically how you animate. As you need, if you have like a different idea of like, oh, I want it to do something specific like the fishtail move, or this to ripple, or this to bend, or this to cut away, we can do all that stuff. I just can't show. There's so many things to show that I don't want to get into like trying to show it everybody every single, because there's like a list of 1,000 different like things that you can just play. It's like, oh, I want it to look like a lightsaber. It's like, okay, well, sure, we can do that, but I'm not going to show every single person that because that would take too long trying to guess what everyone wants to do. But it all kind of works the same way. Once you get in After Effects, it all goes into like, okay, well, where do I want it to start? Hit the timer. Where do I want it to end? I move the setting to where I want it to look like. I hit play. It does whatever it is. So, okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions about tonight?
No.
Okay, they were pretty simple.
I'm scared. I finished both things.
Okay. You're scared about tonight?
Yeah.
What did they say to you?
I'm just nervous. I'm nervous.
You don't even have to say anything. You just have to walk. The only suggestion I give, and I gave the morning class the same thing, is I would not wear high heels.
That's what I think. That's what I'm scared of. Because I'm gonna wear high heels for my actual graduation, because there's not so much walking with this one, bro. You're going upstairs, going downstairs.
So your slogan doesn't let me know what part would you think someone should emphasize when they're saying it. Should they emphasize saving species, or should they emphasize one penny at a time? Which part of the word, which part of the sentence should they like emphasize when they're saying it?
Saving species.
Okay, so let's take saving species and double the size of that and make it bold. Yeah, keep going, double the size. I know it's like 28, so like really big. Awesome. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's make it bold too before we get into it. Same font, just let's make it like super bold, like black, or like extra bold or something like that. Okay, alright. Now let's move them a little bit closer together. You can do that by going to the leading right here and reducing not the size but the leading. Sorry, the size. It's like at 57.6 right now. Yeah, just make it small. So it's real close together. Yeah, that's great. Maybe a little bit further apart, just a little bit of break. Alright. So now let's can you extend your frame with your selection tool so you can see all the I feel like it already kind of looks cooler. Okay, so let's highlight the word one penny at a time. Or the words, the sentence, the phrase. And then let's reduce the size of that until it's all one size. It's one line. Not the letter, the size. Reduce the size so that the time is on the same line as you can do it either place. Just reduce the size.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that look better?
Yes.
It just takes it takes that extra like second of like, okay, I'm gonna think about how all this is laid out, and it's gonna be, but it makes like a huge difference when you look at it. I would say, because it looks as though someone's saying it. You know what I mean? It looks as though someone's meaning something when they say it instead of just saying the phrase. Yeah. All right. So the next thing is we're gonna get a thumb drive from the back computer, and we're gonna save it as a PDF on it. So we save this, and then we'll come back and save it onto the thumb drive. Okay.
Do you have to do your contact amount and all that stuff? When you get there, or did everyone change it?
There are restrooms to change, but well, you're only changing half a gallon. So yeah, yes, you could, because if you said I had you change clothes, I would be hesitant about that. It's just a restroom. You know what I mean? But if you're like, oh, I just have to put on a gown over my clothes and then put on this cap, I would be fine with that because it is a restroom. That makes sense. You'll have time to do that when you get
Like,
there.
when we get there, when we arrive, like, is this like just to be there and we just be ready, or?
We're gonna try to take pictures of all the different programs, and group photos, and that may take like 30 minutes. And then we wanna be seated in the right spot 15 minutes ahead of time, so that kind of eat up all that time. And then somebody is gonna show up like, I don't know who it is, but one of these programs is gonna have someone who's gonna stroll in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes beforehand. They'll be scrambling to their photos. Or they won't be in the photograph. It'll be like scratching seniors minus whoever. It's sad, but it's gonna. I mean, that's just life, right? Somebody's gonna miss it. So, but we don't want it to be you. We want you. You want to be the actual picture, okay?
Okay.
All right. So go back to this computer and log into it.
Okay. And then I need the thumb drive.
Yeah, and then we're gonna eject all the thumb drives. Is there more than one plugged into the little dongle on the side?
Yes.
All right, we'll eject both of them.
Do I do?
Might.
Okay.
Might take longer if it's on. And the password is that capital CV Tech 2025. So to eject the thumb drives, you go down to this thing right here,
This right here?
and then after you click on that, there'll be like a thumb drive icon,
Why isn't it opening? Oh.
and it'll, like USB icon. There you go. And then hit eject on one. Great, and then go back there and do the same thing again.
Can you go to the bathroom?
Yes, ma'am. All right, so now we can unplug them both. And one of these needs to go to your computer to see that PDF on there. Scroll up to the very top, and oh, it's already on the